Start now with a phrase I use a lot to describe certain music stars. He's a hit maker. She's a hit maker. In the case of Mary Wilson, one of the founding members of the Supremes, who we lost suddenly and unexpectedly overnight, she was a record-setting hit maker. In the 1960s, the Supremes were supreme, with an incredible string of hits. These are just a few of them.
Stop in the name of love. Where did our love go? Oh, don't you want me, baby love, my baby love, been kissing you.
Mary Wilson was 76 years old. As you'll see in a moment, she was unbelievably young for her calendar age, and she was amazingly talented. And this might be the most impressive aspect of her life. She never stopped. In her mid-70s, she gave something else a try. She was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. Look.
Baby love, my baby love, been missing you, miss kissing you. Instead of breaking up, let's do some kissing and making up.
When Mary came to visit us in 2019, Frank had the day off, and so she took particular delight in teasing Mark Mester about his relatively young age, and she talked about not feeling her own age at all.
You're too young.
I was going to say, but he's not.
He's not too young.
No,
Okay.
Mary knew the words to every song as we
Okay,
expected, and Mark actually knew the words too.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no
I
river
tell
wide
you,
enough.
that's
Yeah.
right.
How do you feel when you
know
see
what?
those
Let me
clips?
tell you about Motown. Motown Records is celebrating their 60th anniversary this year. And so you ask, how do we feel when we
Yeah.
hear that? I feel great because I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, but you're not only still here,
we made a lot of records in the 60s. We had something like 5 consecutive number ones.
Wow.
12 number 1 million selling records.
boy.
So like Diane Carroll, you know, we were sort of like innovators of that time.
Yeah.
And it was because of television shows too. The Sullivan Show, Shindig, remember Shindig, Hullabaloo,
Sure,
all
sure,
those
sure.
shows?
Right.
You don't, you're too young.
Yeah.
You look at me like,
a little bit too
Hullabaloo, what
young.
is that?
Hellable what?
Hellable what?
Google it.
I will.
Yeah.
Google that. Do like my
Do
grandchildren tell me to
Soul
Google it.
Train and also
Soul Train,
American,
that's right, American.
what was it? I forget.
Dick Clark.
Yeah, Dick Clark.
American
Oh,
Bandstand. Sure.
Bandstand.
Also this, Mary reflecting on nearly 6 complete decades in Motown, and another swipe or two at Mark.
Ever stop to sort of watch how people take in your music? Because I'm hearing those songs and I just think back to my mom driving me to school. We were so happy.
I know.
hearing
Well,
your
you know,
music.
you get on the elevator and you hear these songs, and I want to run and say, "That's me, that's me." But then I know that, you know, take me and put me away. But anyway, it's wonderful to have been around for 58 years with the Supremes and at Motown Records. And oh, do you know what an album is?
When you press vinyl,
You stream it?
The vinyl.
Yeah.
No, you don't stream it. You play it on a record
Okay,
player.
all right.
Okay, it's a vinyl. So we have just released the 60th anniversary. Universal Music has released that. You should get it. Do you have a record player?
I don't. My parents have a record.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right, the founder of Motown, Berry Gordy, with his tribute composed overnight. He writes, "I was extremely shocked and saddened to hear of the passing of a major member of the Motown family, Mary Wilson of the Supremes. The Supremes were always known as the sweethearts of Motown. Mary, along with Diana Ross and Florence Ballard, came to Motown in the early 1960s. After an unprecedented string of #1 hits, television and nightclub bookings, they opened doors for themselves, the other Motown acts, and many, many others. I was always proud of Mary," Berry writes. "She was quite a star in her own right, and over the years continued to work hard to boost the legacy of the Supremes. Mary Wilson was extremely special to me. She was a trailblazer, a diva, and she will be deeply missed." And this just in from Diana Ross. "I just woke up to this news. My condolences to you, Mary's family. I'm reminded that each day is a gift. I have so many wonderful memories of our time together. The Supremes will live on in our hearts."